Alright, so this is the mousepad on the table. I'm going to be comparing this to a cloth mousepad because it is an entry-level Glasspad. And let's say you're jumping from a SkyPad or, you know, those high-end glass mousepads. You wouldn't want to downgrade to this kind of mousepad. So I'll just be comparing them to speed pads, mostly of cloth mousepads. So yeah, if you're running on speed pads like the Lamzu Energon, where the stopping power is very minuscule and very low, I feel like it's not a big jump. Yes, there's less friction in this, and it's much more smoother, I feel. But I didn't feel the need to change much of my settings. I didn't have the need to change my sensitivity in game. I pretty much like a smoother glide mousepad, so yeah, the Glasspad is pretty good for me. And I think for the price, for its retail of 1 million Indonesian rupiah, I think it's a really good buy, a really good entry-level Glasspad. I don't think you'll find anything wrong with this. And if your main concern with a cloth mousepad is consistency, I think this is the right option for you because as a glass mousepad, it does not get much, it doesn't get interrupted or affected basically by external environments. Maybe yes, if it's a bit hot, you'll have sweaty arms here and then your arm starts to stick. That could happen. However, you could just wear a sleeve if you like. But I didn't find any problems here, especially if you do have hair on your under arm here. I think it will glide faster. I know it's a very weird description, but it kind of makes sense. And in terms of the compatibility on which mice suits better for this Glasspad, or works in this Glasspad, basically, I think most modern mice, maybe a PAW 3395 sensor and above and newer, works well in this. So currently I'm using the AJAS AJ179 Apex. I know it's a long name, but yeah, so far nothing wrong. I did set the LOD on 0.7 millimeter because it is the PAW 3950 sensor, and it works perfectly fine. I didn't feel any skipping like any side of the Glasspad. I didn't feel any skipping here. Like, it tracks all my movements, so that's great. And I did try on a G Pro Superlight, so this is the first version because it's what people mostly use, and it does sound a bit scratchier with the stock mouse feet, but I didn't feel the need to change it. I think the noise is also not that bad because I am wearing a close back headset, so yeah, I don't mainly hear this in games. Alright, so in terms of the logo right here, it does stick out a bit. It's, I think, printed on, so yeah, if you run your fingers around them, you can feel some friction. However, when I put my mouse skates here, or my mouse here, I don't really feel it as much. It feels just like dust on the mousepad. That's what it feels. But maybe one of the main factors people are not using Glasspads are also because, for example, a piece of dust lands on your Glasspad, it will be like very scratchy. I think people are over exaggerating it a bit. You do feel it, but like it's not that significant. I don't really feel it, you know, when you're playing or after your play, you can just wipe it off. And to be honest with you, why I also jumped to a Glasspad is because I have cats, and cloth mouse pads tend to you know, attract more cat fur, and it doesn't feel too good when you have a lot of cat fur. I do have a lint roller. However, I feel like it's not it's much more convenient just to use a glass pad. That's what I mean. So yeah, I think overall my gameplay is still fine with it. I do play Valorant, Delta Force, and Counter Strike, and I didn't find any problems with them with this glass pad. And yeah, it's been a pleasure using it. I think for the price, it's a really good deal considering the competition right now is quite low compared to others. And it does have a unique, you could say, design on it. It's just a dude holding two guns here and shooting you with a pistol, which also has a logo of AGL right here. So yeah, maybe the design is not for everyone. They do have a more simplistic design. The ESPTiger Lotus have a more simplistic design of a gradient purple to black. So that's also maybe one option if you do wanna jump into the Glasspad train. So yeah, overall no complaints on this Glasspad. It does not even move around because the whole, let me just move my mic here, the whole base is covered in rubber. So yeah, it does not move, and because it's fully plastered on with rubber, it means that your glass pad won't move around and won't bend around, because some of the glass pads have only 4 feet here, and sometimes when you apply some force in the middle, it starts to bend. However, this one is fully covered in rubber, so I don't feel it bending or anything like that. Nothing weird going on. And yeah, I feel like it's a very good glass pad. I think it's usable, and a very good start in terms of having to adapt to a glass pad. I also want to maybe clear up some misconceptions which could possibly happen. When you ever watch someone's review and you hear a scrapey mouse case going along the glass, it does sound like it's a lot of friction. However, it does not really hinder the performance of a glass pad compared to a cloth pad. It's still going to be fast compared to a cloth pad. So yeah, I think it's a really good deal. If you were to ask me, should I buy it? In that case, 1 million for a glass mouse pad is cheap. However, if you compare it to, let's say, buying an artisan pad, I think then it's a big, it's a big comparison, because one's an artisan, which is well known, reputable, so people would want to jump on a train that's already been proven that's good. Artisan pads are like the go-to basically. And the other option is this glass pad, which is something lesser known. It's not really well known, not a lot of people know. And it's a big comparison because one's reputable, one is not, and you're buying a lower end glass pad compared to a higher end cloth mouse pad. So yeah, that's maybe one of the reasons why people don't buy it. However, it is a different experience, and I feel like if you are really into gaming or experiencing peripherals, I think you should try the ESPTiger Lotus. I think it's still a viable glass pad. I think compared to a mouse pad is still really good, and jumping from a speed pad that's actually like having less friction, I think it's a good deal. I think it's a easier jump compared to a mud pad to a, you know, a glass pad. So yeah, that's my take on it. I hope you guys understand what I'm saying, and I hope I delivered it well as well. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And I just want to say thank you for watching. If you have any questions, you can leave them down in the comment. I'll try my best to respond to them to the best of my knowledge. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Once again, thank you for watching. Do leave a thumbs up on the video, as well as subscribing, because I'll be releasing more videos just like these on keyboards, mice, and mouse pads in the future. So yeah, thank you.